Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel. Whether you're new or you're coming back, thank you for being here. Let me just correct this quickly. This is gonna be a quick check-in for the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine Collective, and we'll jump right in. When I say quick, it's gonna be quick. So let's see what we have for Divine Feminines watching. Yesterday I did a special reading for the full moon in Capricorn the day before for the summer solstice. So if you're interested in those topics, we're definitely still living in those energies. Please check out those videos for more guidance, more specific information connected with those events. Divine Feminine, you have the wise leader. You're a beacon for others. Stepping into the mission, pursuing the leadership role. You could be acknowledging new ways and how people look up to you, ask you for advice. So be mindful of that and be kind to those requests. Let's put it that way. Even in terms of being kind to yourself, of course. Oh, and by the way, I did a new episode of Mindfully Awake yesterday on Happiness Trap. So please check that out. I'll link it in the comments. It was a good one. It was about the happiness trap, which is a trendy concept that people are talking about, you know, like, oh, you're supposed to be happy, you're supposed to focus on the positive, and everything is gonna be great, right? So we unpack that concept, why it doesn't work that way, why it's not helpful to just force yourself to think happy thoughts or just, you know, show up in a happy way for people only, and what you can do really to make a consistent and authentic change for the happiness and not just to fall into the trap. Masculines, you have breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. Wow, beautiful. You could be finding yourself stepping into a new role, starting up a new project. We've seen that for masculines this week continuously, right? Or it could just be that you're approaching the situation that's common and usual to you in a very new way. Maybe you're involving other people where you used to try and do everything by yourself, or also possible that you're taking a less popular approach, if it makes sense, right? So maybe it's something that conservatively speaking, based on your education experience, you wouldn't try, but now you're like, you know what, I'm ready to try something new. Why not? I have a good feeling about it. Just go for it. Okay, I'll use the gold foil tarot for the main read today. Let's see. Quick shuffle. Bottom of the deck, Two of Wands. Yeah, we're on the crossroads of something new happening. And I like that with this deck, it like you see even more of that sunshine, and to me it immediately speaks of the solstice energy and us embarking on a new journey illuminated by all this sunlight, but all this encouragement that we get from the earth, from Mother Nature, from the earth and from the sun. Five of Wands. So we're stepping away from the karmic battles. We are putting that aside. It's not like we understand we're not gonna win them all. That's what I'm hearing. So it's like, why spend all your energy and time on trying to make peace, trying to mend relationships, if you see that it's just causing more and more stir? Making a choice towards your happiness and leading by example, showing others the way. That's the new level of meaning. And the same way here, by the way, trailblazers show the way to others. It's not just about you and your story, Divine Masculines. It's about showing that way to other people who will be brave to also be trailblazers and be open to breakthroughs in their life. Feminines, you've got Six of Cups, clarified by the Temperance. So this is going back to basics, understanding human nature, the way we relate to other people. And I see these children here, I'm immediately thinking of, like, you know, the way we, like, things are a lot simpler when we're children, right? Like, and that's where you can see, especially if you have kids, you could be watching your kids during this time more attentively to see what their reasoning is, how they approach other people, how they make friends, how they want to get engaged or play together, whatever it is, right? And this is helping to like patiently build this up for yourself, right? And go back to what really matters, rather than, okay, this person is useful in my life, so I need to keep this relationship, or this person has done a lot for me, so even though they're not being kind to me now, I feel a responsibility to keep them in my life. Something along those lines, like they are breaking those patterns up. For masculines, we have Justice, clarified by Queen of Wands. Yeah, this is basically saying, masculine saying, I see things a lot clearer of where the truth really is, right? I see where the balance lies, right? What's fair, what's not fair, in terms of, again, human interactions, in terms of collaboration. It could even involve some creative projects I'm hearing for some, where it's like, so where is this line of who gets to get what, or who has a say in how we do things in this project or this business, right? It could be a very thin line, especially if it's very creative, right? But this is like seeing where that wisdom is, and what makes sense, right? I see, to me, this is returning back to the feminine, and maybe even asking for advice. So don't be surprised, divine feminines, if you hear from your divine masculine and they are asking for your opinion, or to get some insight from an independent third party, so to speak. Additional question, Three of Swords, clarified by Page of Wands. Where do we want to build anew, to build something fresh, so we don't have to go through the spiral of heartbreak and suffer over and over again in similar patterns? For feminines, we have the Emperor, clarified by Queen of Pentacles. Very interesting. So this is a coupling. It's not exactly the equal one, it's not like Emperor Empress or King and Queen of Pentacles. It is unequal. But what the feminine is saying is that if before they wanted to make sure that both counterparts, like them and their partner, were equal on many different levels, a lot of it in the material realm, but also maybe was a social status, was the background that, maybe you had the reason, like you have a lot in common, you understand each other better, families would be approving, all these things. Now that went out of the window. It's like, it didn't really help much, right? So now I'm more open that if we have age difference, income difference, even some, character traits that are different, I'm open to that. For masculines, we see the High Priestess, clarified by Justice. So Justice again. Yeah, so for masculines, it needs to be intuitively harmonious, the relationship, right? So it's not a battle. It's not like we need to fight for our happiness, right? But that causes heartbreak. No matter how much they've tried, how much they've loved, it's not the answer. We keep hearing it in songs and books that if you loved somebody enough, that's all it needs, that the relationship needs. But it's not, right? So now it's time to be more open to the intuitive guidance of what makes sense and what feels good, right? Not logically makes sense, what feels good. And that becomes a lot more fair. How the feminine see the connection. The Hermit, clarified by another Six of Cups. Look at that. So feminines are going within and going back to childhood memories, to childhood stories, could be stories of your own children. So it's kind of like a little bit of an isolation from a lot of interaction with other people. This is like that moment of revisiting and rethinking, how do I want to do this connection next? How the masculines see the connection. Nine of Wands, clarified by Four of Swords. Masculines are tired. There's been a lot of karmic battle. This is a wounded warrior card. They need rest, and they also understand that it's not the time to connect. It's time for them to rest up and get their affairs back to order, so they feel more at peace and more together and to make the next step or to get into communication. So at this point, don't see much communication happening, but it doesn't mean anything is wrong. It's just that phase, right? We have phases in our connection, and this is a phase to integrate and to implement the changed energy into our own right for each twin separately. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon.